Pow! It's me, Meowvella, and we're back with another episode of Katawa Shoujo. Last time, we got challenged to a game of Risk, so let's keep going. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this, so no you won't. She has a point. Attack aggressively, or it's a trap. It's smart to play defensively. You know what, she wouldn't Yeah. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few times later, I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts the glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. That's adorable. I win, yay! There's no need to translate that, it was pretty clear. Don't look so sad, Hee-chan. You were really giving it your best, that's what I thought. Sometimes your best isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me! You did well for someone who just learned how to play today, though. Hee-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hee-chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Is that great, Hee-chan? That is enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. There's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Hee-chan. That's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and a lot more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Hee-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I can decide for sure, though. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hee-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really? Really? Hee-chan, if you're gonna say that, you're saying that... Hee-chan, if you're gonna say that, you're saying that is definitely the truth, and there can't be any mistaking it. I know, I guess I should have more revenge for losing at the very least. Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way. That feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. That's a cute smile. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be determined whether the library's open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Hee-chan. You think the library's open? It's on the second floor. I can't miss it. Do you want us to show us where? Want to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay, but see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. One fly stares up and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or just somewhere down the hallway? I bend on the ladder and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, just barely ajar, so I can see it's open and nothing else. It makes sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside, and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. Oh, I know that feeling. That was certainly a sound effect. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though this is much easier to open than I imagined. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside the room as fast as possible to me. Hello? On my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh, there she is! I was wondering when she'd show up. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in this otherwise abandoned room? The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice. Oh hey, I chose well. That reminds me she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as though it's carefully choreographed. Every time I read that word, I try to pronounce it as it's spelled. I know it's choreographed, but my brain, beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks? I slowly step towards another seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That, and the slight cloudiness to her eyes, means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku? Yes, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares the second cup of tea from the collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I'd never even thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offer preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Shizune and some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Sakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3. No? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and her saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice, actually. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. Quick cup of tea myself. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. I mean, sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure, sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. Well, the same can't be said for everyone. Many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Oh, that's interesting. I have been wondering how long that term has been around. Segue? Going by this, what is that like? Coming up on almost 20 years. Yeah, 15 maybe, closer, but still. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the class's clubs. Classes clubs, schools clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club, in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. At the time I'm just wanted to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though. It is encouraged. Good. That's honestly a relief. I've really let my guard down around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking, as Lee does the same. As I look over to the window over his shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind, of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. But sorry, Sal, I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Sujune when I had the chance, but Philip seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. Might get going in that case. It's been nice talking to you, Lily. She smiles and gives me a nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together, we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hall on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match her. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It neatly dwarfs my old school's library, with a distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to the thin air, since librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction? Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Oh. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What just happened? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser on my desk, and I was looking for a pencil and dropped it, and I was looking for both of you when you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit the library perfectly. Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 important books arrived. Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly drift between moods is a little unsettling. Sorry, my voice is a bit dry tonight. He's with me, Yuko. This is Asao, a new student. Asao, this is Yuko, a school librarian. I'm pleased to meet you. Wait, no, I just used her voice for Asao. Asao, right, Asao. Pleased to meet you too, Asao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she wouldn't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Asao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with the expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could even be interested in. This is too much responsibility. What's any responsibility at all? I don't get. But her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But so there are a lot of books in Braille here. I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops in my head. It seems to work partially, as Yuko seems to, not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth. Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come the library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelf all of them. It's so troublesome, and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows the revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisle stand if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for a choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and Braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is. A library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily in snuck with us in here, unless it was beer to begin with. Something about that just puts me at ease, like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks, set for study or personal reading. Going a bit further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize, sitting on one of several beanbags. I thought I was going to say benches. It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she's acting today, I had her pegged as some sort of delinquent, more than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I was wondering when she'd show up. Oh dear. I guess I'm pushing my voice a little bit today. Oh dear. I hope you don't mind the interruption there, though. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see a part of her face. At least a third of it, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands, before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes way too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Oh, let's see. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods, just a little. Okay. I take the seat next to her and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. So we're sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. No. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet it is barely audible even in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was very wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist her to say, that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really, it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading, I'll just check out these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers, and the introductions to the books I picked up, and she bears her face in hers. Comfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander into her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in Life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts round like a scared rabbit. When her gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I've got to do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she's had a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yoku are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long, dark hair, kind of shy. She has, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear, Yuko. Would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure, I'll hold on to these until you get back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing, I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and ran off. Most offending thing I can think of is that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she's a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very junky, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Force myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like, I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. Are we accidentally romancing her? I mean, I'm not complaining. Oh, what? That sounds stupid. No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us had anything to add as Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on desks really do like doing that. Do you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because... I'll just go and get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else, just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startled me, made me nearly drop the books I'm carrying, or the key I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light playing off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously, like a normal boy. Who is this me? I don't know when they called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I only met yesterday. When was that? What day is today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Proof that we met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this is going to be one of two things. Either we have met or you're telling me the truth and I just can't remember to reply. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader, like you. Kenji points a finger in my face damnably. He actually did it, okay. Unlike you. Stop that, man. We only met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. If you think you can pass as a solid just because I'm legally blind, you're solely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at distance. Who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer. One careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage. Oh, wait, I see it. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, and then once again, for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look so good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know. I just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here. I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. It's rough to do it. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how this world, there's no justice usually. Even when I lose, I win because I can't lose this lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. That's my fault, really. I think I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face... I guess it could go either way. She was cute. Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it! There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yeah, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. We noticed the number of girls in the school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys. It's like 60-40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that's a full 20%. One would think that a school with that many women would be a bad dream, but no! What am I about to tell you to blow your mind already? I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting now. No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe this school might be a battleground decide of this disparity in number of men to women is large out. In case Cold War turns hot, they will have superior normal. Just no scrimmage about and everywhere. Japan! America! They're building up their numbers. As expected. Soon the day will come. Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That's why you can't trust them. They'll sting you. They'll string you. They'll kill you. They'll kill me. You just to kill me. Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of. So, you're not supposed to say me like that? Damn, so rude. There was, the conspiracy. Stop, I lost you way back there somewhere. Somewhere around the infiltration bit. To follow, it's cool. I have some graphs and stuff and rubber band puppets. You like puppets? No puppets, you crazy boy. You don't like puppets? Okay, graphs are still cool though, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in the animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear I was wrong. Something in your mind, dude? Just think about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane one in this insane world. That's my dream. You can't just steal my... What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. That was valid the whole last part, and that's kind of... There's only be one, like in the foreign movie where there could only be one, and in the end there was only one dude left because I was point. I have never seen anyone talk so heatedly and defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. I also list of other dark and complex conspiracies this school holds as tangled as... Quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm going to go to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy. But whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast conspiracy to them. Denial is a terrible thing. Later. He claps me on the back and then vanishes into the room, so quickly and quietly it's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what just happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. The school is like some kind of bizarre, surreal island. It's isolated on top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting into a place that's made for people who are unfit for everywhere else would be easy. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't help take the edge off, and the words are left echoing off my empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more a school and less a hospital, pretending to be a school. I thought it'd be. If nothing else, the scenery's beautiful. Open one eye, seeing the school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. Katawa Shoujo. I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today's going to be heavy. I have no problem with that now, though. Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I decide to join the student council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put past them to try, and I don't have an answer for them if they do, so the situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop to say that we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head and see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now. There's no escape." Cha! It looks like we're together again, so yay yay! Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There is no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. What's wrong, Hee-chan? Oh, Hee-chan, have you been thinking about what you said yesterday? You said you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Chan. We were talking about it after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for this so early, right? Right? I'm so happy you two are able to have a laugh at my expense, and even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only two problems. I must want to say something about how her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Think back to how shy she is. It's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Huh? Who? He-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, He-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that would be a good idea, He-chan. Why not? She-chan wouldn't get along with her. Why? Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but she still says tilting up and down, quality present in everything she says. Just because, He-chan. By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything she has been saying this whole time. What, Shi-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not going to say that. You said it anyway. I know, He-chan. It's fine if you overhear. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand a thing Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time, so there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Anyway, we should start in problems now, He-chan. We finish with time to spare, and I decide to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. This sends Shizune and Misha arguing amongst themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them, they're downtown, so I don't think we have the time to go all the way there. And what about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an on-site. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves for the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks, the ones with actual boxed lunches mixed in and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by a short Alex meeting. But when I watch Hanako, it feels as though I'm the only person who can see her, almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class for her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? I think that's where we're going to cut all this episode. This has been Katawa Shoujo. It's a ton of fun. If you liked the video, let me know. But for now, I'll see you again next time. Bye! Bow bow!